And welcome back. That's our guest there. Ooh. Look at there. Brother Ben's in the house with us. Morning.
Good morning. Talking about starting off a Monday with a little God. Now, that's how you do it.
It is. We're going to find out about Vacation Bible School. And I forgot to tell you, I visited your church yesterday.
Yeah.
Were you aware that you were talking about someone who had, is the word, been blackballed from television? You can't do things like that.
Oh, no, who did I mention?
Was that us?
Pepe Le Pew.
That's right, Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe.
I did. I mentioned him, and you know that he has been canceled, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And I don't understand it. All Pepe wanted to do was love somebody.
That's right. He just wanted to make beautiful music together. You know,
You can do the voice.
That's all he wanted. You know, but he's a little too forward for today's culture.
And I'm shocked.
I reckon so.
I'm shocked by our culture in so many different ways. But it was so good to sit down and see Pepe brought up at a service. It was very unique how he done that, and I liked it. I just wanted to point that out.
I appreciate that. You know, I always try to get something to grab folks' attention in the beginning there, and although you know we can't always commend his tactics, like I said yesterday, we can certainly commend his goals. He wanted to be harmonious with other people.
Yeah.
Make
I was
music
with it too.
together.
I would have thought she was a skunk too with that paint pointed down her back there the way she looked at.
La meow.
And things like this just kind of happened overnight in America, to where your favorite characters get banned from the Coyote. Isn't he in trouble too?
Oh, is he? I don't know. I didn't know.
Oh,
that.
yeah. He was in trouble since day one, you know. I mean, anybody throw a rock on a bird.
And then you got what's his name, that the little furry guy.
Oh,
there.
yeah, Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite Sam.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, you know, y'all found this out to be true, right? People are looking for a reason to be offended.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so they're just looking for something. And so if it's a cartoon character, why not, you know?
What was the one? Do y'all remember old Belvedere? Come here, boy.
Yeah.
He's
the Bugs
gone.
Bunny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had that little dog that would jump over Belvedere.
Well, you know, a lot of that took place at the Mason-Dixon line.
It did. And you don't see that anymore there.
No, Bugs Bunny even got in trouble.
Bugs, boy. we're cancel, the nation of cancel, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Man, and we're going to tell you all about why Brother Ben is here. Brother Ben does so much for the community. Lots of things going on in Collinsville. If you hadn't been out in a while, go by and visit them. You're bound to bump into about 80 people, you know.
They're there.
Yeah. The congregation is big. The church is... Seriously, y'all have huge crowds now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, in the past 2.5 years or so, I mean, we've grown right at 30 to 40, percent. I mean, it's been crazy just to see the goodness of God in that regard. So, yeah.
Wow. The new church is going to have a new sanctuary. Y'all keep this up.
Yeah.
Well, we need education space for real. We could get creative with the worship space, but yeah, as far as Sunday school rooms and children's space, student space, yeah, we're busting at the seams.
There's kids everywhere out there.
That's great.
And it's always, if you get a child to come to church, they'll bring a parent with them eventually.
Yep.
Who was the guy, the movie, and we've all seen it, that wrote the song, and his daddy, was not a Christian, and the whole movie was about that? Amy Grant recorded the song. What was that? Imagine If I Can Only Imagine.
I can only imagine. Yeah.
That's a prime example of someone who didn't go to church. Their child gets saved, and eventually he did.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of interesting for me. So, not to just jump into Vacation Bible School, but that's part of my story. My family didn't go to church at all. Like, not even Easter and Christmas.
That's bad if you don't go Easter.
I'm telling you, that's bad, And we, it was folks in my community that got me to Vacation Bible School, the first place I ever heard about Jesus. And, 17 years later, at the age of 17, I was saved. And then over the course of my life, I've won every person in my family to Jesus.
That's
my
great.
brother first, then my mom, then my dad. And he was the big one in 2015. So my dad was in his 50s when he trusted Jesus, and it was awesome.
That's a feel-good story. I like things like that. I mentioned to y'all as y'all were coming in this morning, hey, did y'all hear about the dogs that were saved? Fox News covered the story over the weekend. Two guys, I think they were State Farm agents. They showed up somewhere in Mississippi to go fishing, and they get out, and I guess fishing wasn't that good. They kept going, "Do you hear dogs?" "Yeah, we're way out here. I hear dogs."
Oh my
So
goodness.
they trolley motored around the bend, and there were a pile of dogs a mile out from the shore that had chased a deer, and they'd gotten back. They'd been treading water for an hour. In the end, look at this. This is Fox News. Here's the story. They got 38 dogs. They had to make
Wow.
2 trips back to shore with this.
Now, how do you pick which dogs? Oh, they're numbered.
Oh, yeah. They were all collared, and they got the first load back, and they said, "Whoa, wait a minute. We got another 8 missing," and they showed it on the collar, and they all went back out to pull the dogs to say, that's a good thing. But I did not know that a dog would keep going.
That's unreal.
Yeah, and I don't know what become of the deer. He was trying to get away from 38. 38 dogs.
38 numbered dogs. Them ain't regular dogs. Them right there is numbered. There's something special with them dogs.
Wow.
They gave the deer a sporting chance.
They did. I guess he made it to the other side.
Wow.
I had
Grenada Lakes is what Wayne is saying.
Grenada Lakes.
And that is a big old lake up there.
Yes, sir, Bob.
What state was it?
Mississippi.
Oh, here in
Grenada,
Mississippi.
Mississippi. Yep.
Mississippi. It was huge there. And I got confirmation this weekend. Y'all remember the wreck that happened on Highway 19 just north of House after it gets to Tulane with the chickens?
Yeah.
Found out the rooster did not survive that accident.
We were worried because we didn't ever get a report on the outcome of the
And it was a rooster
The
up in that
rooster.
cage, and he didn't make it after being
left behind all those chickens.
He did. He took one for the team, so to speak.
Bless his chicken heart.
Boy, have we got something to brag about here, the Mississippi Lions. What am I talking about? They traveled to Australia to perform. Now, we done the original story about, and I didn't realize when we first done it. Let me see if I can find the picture here. At first, I thought it was one person from there, but it turned out we had tons of kids that was a part of this as we pull this up right here. And you know what's wonderful about this is Andrew and all of these kids from around here went there. They won the whole thing in Australia. Can y'all believe that? Look at this.
That is awesome.
International champions. So let me zoom in on this a little bit more. The Mississippi Lions, all-state band, and that's from all different schools across Mississippi, went and competed, and they won. So congratulations.
Wow. Man,
That's
that is
unreal.
awesome.
When you have something good to brag about, that is great. It's so hot. We had a streaker this morning, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Don't look, Margaret.
There he was, right down on 43rd Avenue and 20th Street, just making his way. Now, this is not Naked Man. This is an imposter who just got too hot, we guess, and decided, well, today is not a great day to wear clothes.
Yeah.
Police responded to the area.
Well, did they
Gets the heart pumping early in the morning.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I'll leave it at that.
I know it was Ethel, but I just had to throw Margaret in there.
It's me again, Margaret.
It's me again, Margaret.
I got a weed eater. Man, he was funny.
man.
I don't care who you are. Ray Stevens was
Still
really
is.
one of the funniest people that I've ever encountered. He was really good at men. We found another person, and I don't quite understand all the evidence, but they're letting someone get out of prison again that was sent to jail for murder. This was before DNA, 1978. He had gotten out and he got sent back. The evidence has all come to, well, it's not enough to hold him, so they've turned someone out from jail. If you're innocent, I thoroughly agree with being let out of jail for something you didn't do.
Yeah.
DNA didn't match up. The witnesses stuff
Oh, wow.
didn't add. And again, I never do I agree upon, especially if there's a murder and they don't have a body.
Unless there's a sign that you can absolutely, positively say,
Without a shadow of a
because
doubt.
of this, there's no survival rate. You've got to have a body.
They're saying, and this is just food for thought there, that all of this hush money trial has given Trump overall 5% boost in the polls. Wow. We have no
I can see
idea of
that.
knowing what's going to happen in November. And we're closer to November than you realize. Do y'all realize Thursday is going to be the first debate?
Wow.
It's CNN hosting it, isn't it?
I believe so.
I hadn't watched CNN since OJ left there,
I-
but I may have to tune in this week.
And I think Trump is supposed to announce his vice president, I believe.
He is. He said he is chosen.
Okay.
oh, wow.
Do
So,
y'all have a guess as to who it will be?
I have no
have a
clue.
clue.
You know, they've got that list that's out there, and I'm not with
Yeah.
Trump.
Marco
I wouldn't-
Rubio was on the list.
He ain't going to.
I just don't. He's not my pick. I don't know
No.
how he got on that list.
Tim Scott is on there as
Tim?
well.
I like Tim.
Yeah.
He's
I
a real
like
good
Tim.
guy.
Oh, sure.
I think Rubio is nice, but I don't think he can pull. If you're looking for your second man to grab an
Right,
audience,
right,
he's not
right.
it.
Yeah, you got to think about that battleground state sort of thing, you know, where you're trying to woo some folks that are in the
And
middle
then
there.
Yeah.
Christy, no, I think the chances of her with all of this controversy surrounding her may have hurt her.
Yeah, right.
And I'm just, when it comes to Trump, it may not be on that list of the 5 or 6 people. He's always that wild card.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, got one up his sleeve. Never know what's going to come
Next,
out.
it could be Billy Graham's son.
There you go. Franklin, come on,
I
Franklin.
wouldn't. I say that
Hey, I'm telling you
jokingly,
what.
but
Hey, you don't get much better man than him.
I know.
Yeah.
And
Ben Carson.
Ben's a
I
real
tell
good
you,
man.
I like him. I really do. But
But-
he doesn't have. He doesn't have it. Ooh,
Yeah, he
have
doesn't
that
move the
grit.
needle for anybody, I don't
No.
think.
Yeah, he's just real. He's a real calm man.
Solid. I mean, you can't, again,
Smart.
as far as a man.
He's the
There's
man
not
that-
a smarter one out there.
He's the man that you send to calm a situation. Mm-hmm. I don't think he would put anybody in a headlock if he had to. He's just not that type.
Right.
Now, didn't he have him on his cabinet?
Yes, he was head of housing and something. If
Yeah,
I
that's right,
remember.
yeah.
I
That
think he
seems
needs to
right.
go back. He is. Golly, he's smart.
So this is going to be kind of fun. Y'all make the popcorn. Get ready. This really will be the first time that CNN's had big ratings in. I don't know.
Since the last time they had Donald Trump on.
Now, are they still planning to sit down during the debate? I'd heard that. That was one of the ground rules.
It's stand up.
Okay.
So the rules for this one is, I believe there's nobody in there.
Oh.
You mean as in no audience?
No audience.
Wait a minute. That's the cheers and the. That's
Right,
what makes it.
Yeah. So I think I'm not. I have to research that and to be positive. But they get a clean piece of paper, a pen, and a bottle of water. That's all they get. No notes or anything else.
Oh, wow.
So Trump gets to close out, and Biden got to choose what side of the stage he's on, and I think he's on the right side
With the railing?
as we look at him. Yeah, it was closer to where his wheelchair is going to be. I'm sorry, that was like forgive me.
He's in training. They say that he's not even going back to the White House this week. He's in such super training that he won't return to the White House.
I don't.
They got to get that drug regime up in his system. You know.
That's right.
Yeah. But now
Hubba.
the other thing is the microphone's going to be controlled. When it's Trump's time to speak, his microphone will be on. Biden's will be off. When it's Biden's turn to speak, his microphone will be on and Trump's will be off.
Now I agree that last 4 years, Trump blew
That probably hurt
thing
him.
because he talked too much.
Sure. Yeah, it
Yeah.
can hurt him.
But
yeah.
I also think
Right.
you need to have some interaction when somebody says something where you can move on.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, now there you go. Now Terry brought up a great point, and that is Biden going to have an earpiece with somebody in his ear?
We have seen things that look like that before. We don't know.
I'll be.
All right, I'm getting the word now that they are going to be sitting.
Okay.
I don't
Mic
like
off.
it. Yeah.
Boy, this is going to be, I need to
It'll
do
be
some
different.
research. It will be different. Up and coming, we're going to find out about Vacation Bible School. We got the man in the house. Collinsville is on the map. We'll find out all about that next.
Cleaning Solutions. Long Cleaning Solutions line striping division prides itself on getting the job done right. So, for results just like these, for security that you expect, call Trey Long in the line striping division of Long Cleaning Solutions in Meridian.
Every time the wind blows, you get a little leery about a tree over your house. Talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. I don't know where that come from, Odie.
Uh-oh. Sip and say, we got another one.
I think it's already happened.
2025.
That was like it come back from nowhere land. So that was deleted months ago.
Yeah.
So we'll figure out what happened there. Scotty Ray and Odie, we're so glad that you chose us for your headlines, and we apologize of the boo-boo there of a commercial that makes no sense.
Well, you can tell this is live, and our entire staff was oh, wait a minute. We already our staff.
Oops. We were a little busy.
Well, mainly you. I just show up and talk.
We were busy and trying to get some other information. One thing good that we do know that if you get God in a home, it really helps. You start with children. We got the man that's behind this entire plan as we go to Collinsville. Of course, Collinsville Baptist Church, Brother Ben. You've been there how long now?
Just over 2 years. Yeah.
Time's flying. It seems like you're just a part of the community now.
Well, man, folks have accepted us so well. We've jumped in. It's been great. We love it here. So
I saw your wife. It's the first time I've ever saw you. I didn't get a chance to meet her, but I did see your wife yesterday.
Yeah, well, she would love to shake your hand.
Yeah, we'll bump into her sometime.
Yeah, people like her way more than they like me. So,
so when does Bible school kick off?
We kick off here in about an hour. At 8:30 this morning. So we're a daytime vacation Bible school, 8:30 to 11:30.
If you need a vacation from your kids, a great time to come on by and give them a little something.
Hey, we'll take them for any reasons. We look forward to it every year to share Jesus with these kids, man. Everybody needs Jesus.
I can remember snack time over at the Baptist Church in Scooter, Mississippi. You got the cookie and you got some Kool-Aid. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was fun.
Yeah,
and
man.
y'all got tons of snacks.
Oh, man, our folks go all out. It's themed. It's a lot of fun. Our children's director, Courtney Hatcher, does a great job pulling together a team. One person can't do it all, but she pulls it together, and you're talking about a team of 50 to 60 people that make this happen. And it's a lot of fun.
Now, each year, there's usually a theme. What's the theme this year?
This year is the Great Jungle Journey.
The jungle journey.
The jungle journey, yeah. So, in fact, when you walk in the church there in the hallway, it says, "Welcome to the jungle." And it's,
that was a song. Welcome to the jungle.
Oh yeah, man. I don't know if we'll play that one. Probably not. But certainly so.
Doesn't quite fit.
Doesn't quite.
Yeah, not
but it's
really.
kind of a river, sort of like Amazon jungle river sort of theme. So there's animals, there's vines, there's snakes, there's all kinds of fun decorations they've come up with, and monkeys, all that fun stuff.
Are you gonna help them with the snakes?
Absolutely not. They only do that in West Virginia, and we're not in West Virginia. We'll leave that alone. I ain't getting there.
But if
No
you've got
doubt.
a relationship with God, you won't get bitten.
You just keep on thinking that. you go on to West Virginia on your next vacation, you call me. Let me know how that works out for
It
you.
won't be from the church, I can promise you.
So how many kids so far are signed up? I heard a large number.
Oh, yeah, it's right at 200 at this point.
Wow.
200, 250, somewhere in that neighborhood. And, we get folks, from all over that come in, so it's, and it goes from like 4 years old up through completed 6th grade. So there's a good number of that's a good age range.
So walk me through a day at Bible school. What happens when a kid arrives? What's going to go on?
So he gets in. Obviously, every opportunity we have, we emphasize safety when they come in. When a parent drops a child off, we want them to know that these people are responsible, that they have procedures in place to make sure that they're safe there and they get safely home. All right, so we're going to do that up front. Get them in, and then that kid gets brought in to the opening assembly where we have all kinds of high octane teenagers, and we really include our teenagers in this ministry. Who are up there leading music and all kinds of stuff. So high energy in the beginning there, and there's sort of an opening assembly and whatnot with a video and all that. Then they break out and they're going going to go into a rotation at that point. Crafts. In ours, it's kind of cool. There's actually a science portion.
Science?
Yeah, where they're seeing sort of the amazing things. So we always use Answers in Genesis as our VBS theme. They're the ones that put it together. And Answers in Genesis is really focused on creation science and things like that. So it really is a good opportunity for kids to learn and see God in our observable world. And so we even have a science section.
Now, I remember as a kid, it always ended with a play or something like that. Do y'all do that also? Is there still that part of what happens?
Oh, yeah, there's some of that. A lot of that has been moved to actual video now, so it's sort of a production on there. But I will say this, and I haven't heard if this is going to be this year, but almost every year there's one of our teenagers that dresses up in some sort of outfit that the kids go crazy for when he comes out. Like last year it was a knight. The year before that it was a dragon or a lizard it was an alligator. That's what it was.
Did I see some video of somebody dressed in pink doing something on a
Yeah, that was our high school camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vacation Bible School going on now. We're going to find out more about this with Brother Ben as this gets underway. Again, the times it starts this morning?
It starts at 8:30 this morning. So get up, get some cereal, head on over.
Do that. It's a lot of fun with that. We're going to be right back. We've had some serious things happen in our community that we're going to talk about in just a moment. We'll get on the serious level. We're going to do that next. Y'all don't rush off. We'll be right back with all your headlines.
Here at Meridian Cycles, we're your local authorized dealer for all your Polaris, Can-Am, Honda, and Suzuki side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and motorcycles. And we service everything we sell. And for you do-it-yourselfers, we have a very knowledgeable parts department to help you with all your needs. Come see us at 80 Highway 19 North right here in Meridian, or call at 601-485-8700. Come see us.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinard Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
Bittersweet Crossroads in downtown Enterprise has new hours for summer, Monday through Friday, 8 until 5 p.m. and Saturday, 9 until 5 p.m. A great sandwich shop where they make their own honey mustard. Come try a sub or wrap today. They make some of the best homemade frozen custard with hot fudge drizzle. For specialty coffee, frozen custard, sandwiches, and ice cream, it's Bittersweet Crossroads, Highway 11 South, downtown Enterprise, 601-453-4009.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. And we welcome Iowa to the show this morning. Charles Stahl watching us from the great state of Iowa. And I was asking y'all, corn, isn't that their big thing there, Iowa?
I think so, yeah. A lot of row cropping.
Corn. Yeah.
Oh, we stopped and got some corn yesterday.
Did you?
Oh, some sweet corn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some good stuff. We have to buy it, and you can't beat a good sweet corn. Man.
Well, I was going to say somewhere, I think I got a picture of you, Odie. I do. This is Odie thinking this is corn. Y'all need to correct him because it's not.
We got one of them bad boys yesterday, too. That's at
on the coast?
Krasinski's in Foley. And, man, they got some good stuff.
What's the thing weigh, Odie?
It weighed a lot. I told him, I said, you got to hurry up with that picture. I got to put this thing down.
How much was that watermelon?
$10.
Don't we have them like here this size for $10?
The question is, how do you find a butcher knife big enough to cut that thing
It's
up?
going to have to be cut this side, flip it over, cut the other side. And, that wasn't the biggest one they had in there. It's just the only one I felt like I would carry.
Man alive.
Golly, it was good.
Now, we did have something serious, as I mentioned, this weekend. This has been, we reached our 5th murder in Meridian, Mississippi over the weekend. Angie and I were going out to eat, and my phone started dinging, and dinging, and I got a phone call, said, "Where are you?" And I said, "Where do I need to be?" And the next thing I know, I'm on 5th Street as I got out, and the scene, there was gunfire, there was shell casings everywhere as I pulled this up. And this is what I was looking at standing at the police line. The cops are right up in here, all over here, this area here, and then over that little hump are shells. Now, at first, I'm going to be honest with you, I thought this was a drive-by shooting. The more I hear of this case, I think it was more they were together, an argument broke out, and guns were pulled.
Oh, wow.
Another person seriously injured with this. Now, it didn't good nobody to be hit. One died, he was transported and then later died. But when the ambulance pulled off, it was at that level of very seriousness. They tried everything they could to save him. As we found out, 24 years old. His name is Jatarius Easley. It's so sad.
Yeah.
We don't know what caused the argument, what went on there, but this is if you're going down College Park, it's got like 5 names: Highway 19, Highway 11, College Park Drive, Airport Boulevard, whatever you want to call it. 5th Street, the intersection there by Mid-South Welding, if you were to turn right beside it and go west, 2 streets over is where this happened. So it's right there on Highway 19 is where this went down. I ran into a lot of people I knew there that afternoon. They said they heard the gunshots. It scared them to death. Would you too if it happened in your neck of the woods? And then we would find these young men shot 4. We don't know the condition of the other person that was wounded, but it was another one that was serious also. Fast forward, we go to our next day. We go to Saturday. We have another person shot. This is a pretty serious wound as well, as we found out in the 2400 block of 34th Avenue. Another person would be shot. Not many details have been given by the Meridian Police Department on this, but we do know one was shot. Serious injury is the way it was told to me. At this point, we know that both shootings, everybody's still alive. We got a total of 1 dead and 5 shot over the weekend. Little old Meridian, Mississippi. That's small, y'all, in the comparison to the big worlds. That almost sounds like, you look at Atlanta, they had, I think, 7. We're right there with this.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, but you go back and look at pre-Katrina. We didn't have this.
No, we didn't. And if y'all don't think we hadn't got some stuff that needs to be handled, then
Post-Katrina was the worst thing that ever happened to us.
We had some visitors come and not leave. Now, let me tell you another thing that I stumbled upon, and I do not have an update on this. I'm assuming, since I haven't been told otherwise, stable condition is the way I'll word this. But Friday morning, I'm tootling along, and I can't help but notice a line of police cars, and I think, wow, what a great place to stop and see what's happening.
Since you were just tootling.
That's right. Here we are. We go past, we go down. This is Russell Drive as you see the police car there. And I've got a video on it as the ambulance goes by. A young lady was thrown out of a moving car near Blanks Motel. Blanks Motel is, if you'll see right back in there past that tree where the shadow goes off the road, that is where Blanks Motel is. A young lady was found in the street. All I can tell you at this point, because there's been no press release, no updates, is the car was moving along and a male pushed her or threw her out, is what I was told at the scene, out of the car. She was skin up really bad, rushed to a local hospital. I don't have any more information on it after she arrived at the hospital as to what happened. Witnesses told me down there that she'd gotten a ride. Because at first I thought, well, is this a homeless person? And a man on scene said, no. He said, I know her. She got a ride, and he said, I've told her to be careful who she takes rides from. She doesn't have a car, and she bummed a ride, and we don't know what transpired in the car.
Goodness, yeah.
But it wasn't good, and she was injured. So that is the last update that we have on that. That's a lot for a town our size.
That is a lot going on, and just heartbreaking.
And the power of prayer is strong. We need it.
Well, and it takes good people to stand up. That's what it comes down to. Whenever, darkness and these things start to spread, it's when the people of light have to stand up. And again, not just the Christian community, but just people that know what's right,
I agree. We had another home struck with gunfire. Let's take a look at this. House would be shot. This would be in the 3500 block of Highland Avenue. Now, we had several other shots, but this house was actually hit. So no one injured, That's the good news as we look at all this. And there's blessings sometime within the bad. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
thank goodness it wasn't any worse than that. Newton County, boy, it was like Bo and Luke
Oh,
over the weekend. Roscoe couldn't keep up because all they could see was, what was that Clint Black song? Nothing but the tail lights.
I tell you, they get that A-Rad after you.
I'm not sure I'm not sure if it was a Hellcat or not, but it was a Dodge Challenger that would move on down the road. It was green, and they tried for miles. It went down, got off at the Hickory Pickin exit, went north, took a couple of dirt roads. It got real thick with dust.
Oh, my
Back
goodness.
on I-20, and it was, what was that movie, Gone, Baby Gone?
Yeah.
Well, that A-Rat wasn't slow.
I don't know what an A-Rat is.
Yeah, you do.
No,
Remember we rode in it? That big old truck.
Oh, the armored vehicle.
truck.
A-Rat.
Oh, really?
I thought you were talking about, I'm not going to say what I thought you were talking about there, Odie.
I thought I was talking about riding on an A-Rat. That sucker would move.
But
They didn't catch them?
no, they're off into the darkness they went, and hopefully they got enough information. It didn't have a tag on it either.
Oh, really?
They were probably planning to break the law when they left the house and unscrewed the tag. That will also get you stopped by the law faster than anything is not having a tag.
Yeah.
They want to find out why you don't.
Yeah.
But Newton County making the map. And also in the same breath, the names have not been released, but we had a horrible accident over the weekend in Newton County, and we had one person lose their life. We pass along condolences to the family, and I don't know much more to say than that. It's just as tragedy happens. Kiss your loved ones before you leave the house. You never, ever know if that's your last moment. Try not to argue. You just don't know with these things. But we do, again, pass along condolences to family members of the person who lost their life in that accident. We can't say enough with that. Y'all stay with us. Coming up, we're going to test Preacher Man. See how well he would do against Greg this morning, who was not here for some reason.
Yeah, he's hiding.
He's hiding. I don't
Like
see
it's a
him.
Monday or something.
We'll be right back.
We know you care. But if this is all too real for you and your loved ones, make the call. Because we care too. Home instead. To us, it's personal.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low mileage cars and trucks. How about a 2022 Jeep Wrangler? Or a 2021 Honda Ridgeline Sport with only 40,000 miles. A GMC Denali. Or a 2024 Silverado 2500. Drop in today and find the car that you're looking for. They're packed with low mileage cars and trucks.
The low profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
We welcome Georgia Carroll watching all the way from Grand Isle, Louisiana this morning.
Welcome.
Am I not mistaken? Grand Isle had some just beautiful old homes in the area, didn't it?
Did it? I don't know.
All of that area, if I remember right, just magnificent things that part of the past. Love looking at all that. Always let us know where you're watching from. Somebody says John Snyder was in Jackson this past weekend. One of my grandsons met him, had a photo with him. Bo Duke passing through. You know, his place is not far into Louisiana, so I can see Bo passing through a good bit on his travels back home. Got a new girlfriend that I think he's engaged again. You know, he lost his wife a year or so ago.
Yeah.
Well, good for him.
Yeah, making a rebound of that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. As we get into what happened today, did you ever, let me put the camera on you. There you are. Did you ever watch Happy Days?
Oh, sure.
There was always some interesting characters on there. But I don't know if they thought they were Sly, the makers of the show, but Arnold wasn't Arnold. He was two different people. If you remember, Arnold was of another nationality to begin with, and then we ended up with the Big Al.
It started out as a...
Y'all remember that?
Sort of a Hawaiian guy or, Polynesian Asian, something like that?
Because I think he was on Bonanza for a little while.
Okay.
Or I think... and then there was this bigger guy that was on there, is Al. Y'all remember him? He was born today. Al Morano.
I'll be darned.
But it was a little bitty skinny fella before him that was Al.
Okay.
You got that look like you don't believe me.
Well, I didn't say I didn't
You don't
believe you. I
remember
just
it.
don't remember.
Really? Hey. Hit the jukebox.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers the Fonz, man.
I mean, he had it, didn't
Super cool.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
he? He could just walk in and it was all handled with it.
And then he was a coach on Waterboy.
He was a coach on what?
Waterboy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he played that part better than anybody I've ever known. TV Guide 1972. I probably should choose a new cover because it's getting to where people don't even know what this show was. Anybody remember Manex? 72. It was on the cover of TV Guide. It was a
Another detective
show.
movie.
Yeah. Let's see here.
That one.
I brought this up. This is the Oak Ridge Boys. They had a number one song in 78. And their first number one song that they had, the Pride of Jesse. Do you remember that?
No.
Jesse got baptized. They were gospel before they went country.
Okay.
Had a big hit with that. Jesse got baptized today. I can't remember the exact name of it. But their first country number one was I'll Be True to You. What it really was, if you've ever listened to Brad Paisley, she put him out like the burning end of a burning midnight cigarette.
Yeah.
Same scenario of the song. Guy, they break apart. One of them dies of loneliness. Same thing. But I looked at this picture from 1978 when they went number one with this, and I looked at everything in the background and go, there's absolutely nothing like this left in the world. Look at this. As you'll look there, the big TV set to the left, he's on the rotary phone. All of that are days gone by.
That's when that TV went out, you just used it as a TV stand and bought another one to put on top of it.
As you brought this up the other day, didn't nobody steal your TV back in the day?
No, that's right.
They'd have to have we had a Zenith that we bought off 8th Street at McAllister and Sons that honestly would have taken 4 people to tow it inside, and they had to tippy toe.
And when it messed up, you took it to the TV repair shop.
Yeah.
Man, that was a good old day. That's the one you had to get up and hit on the back because it would start rolling.
Yeah, you're right. And it had like a dial on the back that you would turn to keep the rolling.
Yeah.
Really?
You had that look like you don't know what we're talking about?
I must have missed some of that.
Man, boy, get up and turn the antenna.
Well, yeah, now we had that.
But there was a little knob on the back of the TV that
little
stuck
bitty
out,
knob.
and you twisted it to stop that rolling.
I'll be.
My, how things have changed. In 1978 is really, Urban Cowboy was getting ready to come out in 1980. Yeah. That wasn't all that long ago. I was in 2nd grade or so, something like that. 1981, our hearts would be broken. We'd never get to see these young ladies each night like we had been seeing them, as Charlie's Angels became no more. Now, again, they had changed Angels like 12 times by then.
Right.
And I think the only one that stayed all the way through was Jacqueline Smith.
Is the one on the right?
Right here.
Okay.
She has her own line of clothing. Everybody else, Bree, whatever her name was, disappeared. Cheryl Ladd was on there for a little while, and then a redhead. But Farrah Fawcett was only on there for a year, but probably is more well known than any other angel.
Yeah.
That's just the way it was back then.
And that pose where you got the 3, girls with the guns.
Yeah.
People today still make that pose. You see it on Facebook.
I caught some police officers doing it not long ago.
Yeah. Oh. The sheriff's department did that out there on Cricket Road, didn't they?
That was cute. 1987, this is one of my favorites that he ever did. Randy Travis busted onto the scene in the late 80s there when everything seemed to be trying to go pop. and he came out country. And, well, forever and ever, amen. It went number one today at 87.
Oh, wow.
I was graduating high school, and Randy Travis was everywhere.
I heard the other day he's still making records.
They're using this
AI? Wow. But, I mean, he's got the golden voice.
He does. Bless his heart, he has had some kind of a hard time.
Yeah, definitely.
I like me some Randy Travis, though. As we go here,
No, I like this guy.
a memorial probably going on today with Greg is we lost Jackie Gleason today.
Didn't you watch
1987.
this yesterday?
It was on last night on
Oh, was it?
Sundance, and I walked through and I couldn't help but pause, and I watched me about 15 minutes of it. Then I had to go to work.
Oh, hilarious.
That's why I didn't hear anything from Greg. He had his phone turned off while this was on.
A little moment there of silence there.
Yeah.
We're going to have a private viewing again for that.
Yeah.
Do you remember, and I asked Greg this, do you remember when Big Enos and Little Enos were trying to find Bandit and he was laying in the hammock?
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed what Bandit was charging for pictures?
No.
Because he's laying in that hammock, and if y'all will go back, it's got a sign that says "Pictures with the Bandit." It had $1.25 with an X on it, and then 75 cents written under. Have your picture made with a legend. And what was it that he said? Lil Enos said that it's amazing how a legend and an out-of-work bum look so close to being the same.
Just pay him, boy.
A little speedier than that. We should have known that his career was going to go south when I first noticed this earring, and I thought, well, it's all over there. Tracy Lawrence had a #1 song back in '95, Texas Tornado.
I'm glad I don't wear mine no more.
And yes, if y'all will remember, that is a mole on my ear, whatever ear it's on. I remember as a kid being picked on about that. I just, that is not my thing, and it ain't never gonna happen. Just ain't Don Johnson.
You ought to wear a loop.
Absolutely not. It'd be more like, what was it, Clint Eastwood, Heartbreak Ridge, where he janked that thing. It ain't for me.
I'll never forget the first time Daddy saw one in my ear. Whew.
He had an opinion about it, huh?
Yes, he did.
Odie, I have to ask, what made you want to do that?
Because I was cool.
Okay, that was cool. See, it wasn't in my book. That was just not cool. Earrings and pink hair and chains didn't do it for me.
Didn't have any chain. But I had the diamonds.
Oh, I don't know if you remember this guy. Brian Keith passed away on this day back in 1997. Hardcastle and McCormick. He was in a lot of other movies. That face probably Family Affair.
Was that a coyote, a rare coyote they drove?
That little car, yeah, it sure was. That's been forever and a day ago.
Since we're on history, let me give you a quick history little lesson.
What's it about?
Do you know where jewelry came from? Why are we wearing earrings and necklaces today?
Well, I'm thinking first thought goes to the Egyptians, but I'm not sure.
It goes back to the pirates. And if you fell overboard and drowned, there was no reason for somebody to jump in and risk their life to retrieve your body to bring back to your family. So they started wearing gold and started making themselves valuable and putting diamonds and gold in their earrings and around their necklace and all that. And if you were to fall over and drown, whoever retrieved your body was paid by what gold you had on. And that started the trend of jewelry that we have today.
A John Anderson song comes to mind. Odie, when you get on the whiskey, let somebody else drive. It sounded real good.
Oh, see, you've got to know these things.
This woman was absolutely gorgeous until she opened her mouth.
Uh-oh.
Well, it just wasn't my kind of thing.
All hotness disappeared when I heard that voice and made me go, "Ooh." The nanny ended today back in 1999. What was his name? Sheffield.
Sheffield, yeah.
Man. And of course, Niles was absolutely funny. What was this girl's name right here that I think they ended up getting hooked up at some point?
I don't know because of her voice, I couldn't even watch the show.
No, I'm talking about CC. Yeah, CC over there. But Niles was funny.
Yeah.
He really played the part there, picking on CC throughout that show there. These guys were absolutely good during the day. And they may still be touring. Rascal Flatts had a #1 song in 2002 with
There you go.
These Days. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah, and those guys can sing, man.
They are. Praying for Daylight.
Yeah, great band.
Mayberry. I liked all that. 2006.
See, I talked them up.
You did. It came along as movie theaters had Dead Man's Chest. Now, he said that he would never do that again, but I thought I heard rumor that possibly Johnny Depp may be headed back for another Pirates. Is
Well,
that
it
true
wasn't,
to
it
him?
wasn't his choice.
They fired
Because
him.
of all that with his ex-wife, Disney got rid of him. And now, since he won and found out all that was a lie, Disney's like, hey, and he's like, I don't need y'all. So, and I hadn't heard if he's going to try and come back or not.
There was a rumor of it, but again.
Well, he played that part perfect, though. It was like quintessential.
What was the comedian that always acted like he'd been drinking?
I don't know what you're talking about.
But that's the way I see Johnny Depp in that role. He's always like he's had too much rum.
Yeah. He wasn't part of the Rack Pack, but he was right there with, golly, and he never drank a drop in his life, but he still played an awesome drunk.
Oh, that guy.
The
one with
comedian. I don't want to always walk around.
Was it Foster Brooks?
Foster Brooks, that's it. That's it right there. Yep. Yeah, even Angie had it.
Yeah, thank you, Angie Peacock. We appreciate it. There's one thing you have a set of rules that you go by. I don't believe in men ever striking a woman. There's some men that'll see that and they walk away and don't say anything. Not this guy. No matter how big he got, no matter what he's doing at the time, should he see that, he puts a cease and desist order, and Tim McGraw done that today. 2008, he was in the middle of singing Indian Outlaw when he noticed in the crowd a man striking a woman, hitting her, dropped his microphone, jumped in the crowd, and whooped up on him. It happened.
Way to go, Tim.
Yeah.
Tim McGraw, again, 100%. And if you remember, that woman that tried to grab old Tim there, Faith jumped on her. She tried to get a little too close to Tim there. And she
Didn't have any of that. No, I remember that. But
she
man,
attempted to grab Tim. She goes, "You don't touch my man.
Don't mess with a Mississippi girl."
Tammy Wynette doesn't come back to life. Go, girl. This guy, I know his face more than I know his name. He was in Pale Rider. Man, what a great Clint Eastwood movie this was. His name was Billy Drago. Now, again, the name, but you remember this face from many, many Westerns.
Oh,
there.
man.
Like evil coming after you. Give me the willies.
Yeah, he had a face for TV, I reckon.
Yeah, there you go.
A face for movies.
Yeah. But,
A distinct face.
Clint Eastwood just had the list of movies that went on. With Pale Rider. Did you ever watch that?
Oh, sure, yeah.
The Pale Rider, he was supposed to be someone that came back from the dead because he had the bullet holes.
Sure.
And he come back to get them for what they done.
Yeah.
He was like the angel of death, so to speak.
Okay.
Kind of a Revelations type little issue going on there.
Well, if there's a Western, my daddy wants to watch it.
Man, I loved him.
And so I've watched a lot over the years just because, that's what's on TV.
So who would you rank as the king of the cowboys? Who is it that, as a kid growing up, did you go, that's my man?
Oh, Clint was the man.
Clint was.
No doubt. And Marshall Dillon, you think about Gunsmoke,
But as I think back on Clint and all those movies, which character, are you a bigger Dirty Harry fan? The Western, I go with Josie Wells.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
outlaw. That's what I think of.
Sure. Yeah, certainly the cowboy stuff, though. I mean, when you get into Dirty Harry.
Or Whistle Dixie. But there's 8 of them. Well, it's Clint. And they always had that tobacco.
Oh, yeah.
He had that little old cigar.
He was, that man was just really good at what he did.
Yeah, well, he had that look of just it was like steel.
He'd cringe his face up and squint them eyes at you.
He was, if you were to paint a cowboy, that he just had it. From Pale Rider all the way down there. He just
John Wayne, of course.
John Wayne, yeah.
Man, Clint and John.
Clint never. When you go back to John Wayne, as I mentioned in the first show, I was talking about all of his quotes. You never had to worry about what John Wayne was thinking.
Yeah.
And if you ever seen that quote of his, life is hard. If you're, I guess the word to use is if you're ignorant, it's even harder.
That's a good word.
I think he used a different word for it, but
he was well advanced from his time.
He was.
Imagine what he'd say with these people's thought now.
Man, and he sure didn't get into, as we talked about Tim McGraw there.
Yeah.
John Wayne did not put up with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now Tim McGraw plays a good cowboy.
He does.
If y'all seen,
1886.
18 whatever. Yeah, real good.
And you go back to The Blind Side. Boy, did he play that part good.
Yeah.
Now, I admit, Tim, his personal, and he's pretty good about keeping his personal political beliefs to himself.
Mm-hmm.
I know that he votes different than me, but man, as a singer, he's a good person.
Multi-talented.
He is, and of course adopted on all of that. Didn't know who his daddy was. He ended up being a famous baseball player that had to be passing through town one night. Might have been selling encyclopedias. We're not sure.
Could have been.
Going back to Clint Eastwood, though, think about there, along with all of his movies, the music.
Oh,
that music has just like carried over
good,
through the
bad,
years.
and ugly.
Yeah,
that song, that
little
However, I can't whistle.
Wow, wow,
That's it.
Yeah.
Dirty Harry. The list goes on. Tug McGraw was the name I was looking for. We'll be right back as we still got a lot of things that have gone on in the community. Don't rush off. We got to tell you all about that stuff coming up here in just a moment.
We know you care. But if this is all too real for you and your loved ones, make the call. Because we care too. Home instead. To us, it's personal.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low-mileage cars and trucks. How about a 2022 Jeep Wrangler or a 2021 Honda Ridgeline Sport with only 40,000 miles? A GMC Denali or a 2024 Silverado 2500? Drop in today and find the car that you're looking for. They're packed with low-mileage cars and trucks.
The low profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
We welcome Peggy Seipel watching this morning. I hope she found her lipstick. She went to work Friday out here without her lipstick on. But find it. Don't go in without it there.
Yeah. Take care
Sandy
of that.
White says Charles Bronson was one of her favorite cowboy characters.
Yeah.
I remember watching a Western with him. But you know, one thing that the Death Wish movies.
Oh, yeah.
Charles Bronson, you cheered him on for doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
Somebody got in trouble and he'd come out of the darkness and there he was. I liked O'Bronson. I got several calls last night that I was getting ready to go to bed and they said there's a fire, and I said, well, if the Meridian Fire Department's there's no reason for me to show up because it's out, and it was. But the guy said, I ain't stopping. I said, why? He goes, I ain't stopping and have no chance of my picture made there. I said, well, where is the fire? He said, well, down at Blanks Motel. And he goes, I ain't getting caught there and seen. He said, my wife would not believe me. I'm on my way home. I just see there's smoke and fire. And it was last night. One room did catch on fire at the Blanks Motel, Highway 11 and 80. One room had damage. The Meridian Fire Department, as always, and let me tell you about trained professionals that show up in a hurry, and they got the fire put out. No one was injured, thank heavens. and it was quick. But that's what all that commotion was with those sirens last night, Highway 11 and 80 there.
They get up, get dressed, get in that truck, and they're there on scene putting the fire out.
Man,
pretty
they
doggone
traveled.
fast.
Had a pretty serious accident last night, Highway 493 into Kemper County, just across the line. This would be near Blackwater, 493 road right there, the 2700 block of Highway 493. Injury, one car vehicle accident, left the road. New Hope showed up to help out with that with the volunteer fire department, Kemper County Sheriff's Office, along with MHP. So wreck there with the injuries last night. We hate to say this, but Mississippi lost. We just got to go ahead and tell how it really is.
Well,
As we go to the inaugural Battle of Tom Bigby, Alabama legislature beat Mississippi 7-5.
A softball game?
That is, I think it was.
Huh.
Well,
in 10 innings. So, yeah.
we hate that. But we lost fair and square, I think. There was no cheating whatsoever that we're aware of. Don't forget, we got a big show coming up before long. It's going to be in Meridian as we'll celebrate the 4th of July. Of course, he's going to be out singing. Hope you'll come out and see this show. A lot of entertainment. Usually the gates open at 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Yep, 3:30. And
don't forget, it will be hot. And then we'll have places set up where you can get water and drinks and things of that nature. Bring an umbrella.
Food vendors will be there. Bring that. But I tell you, to bring it in, Daniel House will be the entertainment. And Daniel House is awesome. And if you have not seen him, this guy is going to move up. And he's not going to be in Meridian doing all these shows before long, because he's going to be in Nashville on the road going to these big concerts. You better catch him while you have a chance. And this will be a great show that he does. Daniel House, a Meridian night that is moving forward.
If you were going along yesterday and you think, why is that deputy's car sitting there with a ding in it? Well, it was an accident yesterday as we go to Highway 11 there at College Drive. If you'll see the car right here, it had a little bit of damage there. This was on Saturday afternoon. No one was hurt, thank goodness, but a little fender bender, so to speak, happened there as well as we look at that. This is just tragic as we go to Louisville, Mississippi for our next story. Person going the wrong direction has a head-on collision.
Oh, goodness.
A person has died from their injuries. And with this, a DUI at this point is being charged. I'm sure there's going to be more charges to follow on this as we go to Gluckstadt to take a look at what we've got here.
The DUI manslaughter.
Yeah.
The
Tara.
person that passed was not the one with the DUI.
Correct.
That happens so many times.
It is. Our heart breaks on this. Lee Sullivan, Jordan Lee Sullivan from Louisville is being charged with this. Tyra Small of Jackson, Canton area lost her life in that accident. We pass along condolences to the family. There is no winners in this.
No,
Do not. And DUI can mean several things, whether it was drinking, it could have been something. We don't know.
Sure.
But that's what the charges are at this point. Whatever it is, we're so sad to bring that news to you that even happened there. We wish we could tell you things that were all good stories, but that's not life. That's things happen, and we're here to tell you as to what went on. I did run into two little girls that were the sweetest things this weekend, and I wanted to say hello to them this morning here as I pull up their picture. Miss Allie and Anna, I thank them for letting me take my picture with them. That was so sweet of them. They're going into the 6th grade this year, and they are so excited. Sweet, sweet girls. I just wanted to say good morning to them.
You know what else you ran into?
Uh-oh.
Some nana pudding.
Odie. Odie. We showed up. When was this? Friday?
This was Friday.
Let me see here as we get over here. Here it is. I got word. I was following another cop car, I thought, to a scene, and it was actually to a banana pudding scene, and thank goodness I followed.
Oh, my goodness.
DP was leading the way. I thought, man, I need to see where he's going. And it stopped at the Meridian Fire Department, and there was a retirement party going on.
A double retirement.
It was Joey.
Joey Hand, 31 years of service to Meridian Fire Department. The knowledge that he has that is leaving. And then Helen Follis, I believe, 25 years of service. running the fire department is not the chief. It was Miss Helen. Both of them retiring. What awesome people they are. Got to work with both of them.
Chief Collier came back for the celebration.
Yeah, had to come back and say if I think he came back from the banana pudding.
Look, I've had some banana pudding in my life, but I told this woman, I said, if you want to leave your husband, I'm available because you make the best. Oh, man, it was good.
Kool-Aid, Captain Andrew Cooley's wife, Christy Cooley.
Christy, he should just be thankful that he's got her.
That's her right there on the corner of the...
Oh, yeah, right here. Y'all see her today. Y'all tell her what good banana pudding she makes.
Tell you what, they were... Oh, yeah. I went back and got another scoop.
Yeah, you cheated. I thought it was all gone. Odie was in there getting double helpings.
There you go. He knows what's good.
Yeah.
But a big thank you for that. That was good there. Have y'all noticed the new signs in downtown Meridian? Well, here we go. Look at this.
Look
Welcome
great.
to Meridian.
Very good.
And as we look at this and we go down the street there, this is in front of City Hall. Tells you where all to go. There's little signs everywhere. It really makes Meridian look different.
It really does. And that is not... If we can... And I don't know how you would do this, but, you know... If everybody would go around and spruce up their buildings and paint their buildings and really make it look nice, that would be awesome. But that's a great start.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I'm proud of Meridian for doing that.
I was impressed with that. I walked around. I didn't get hit by any cars. I looked both ways before I stepped across, took pictures. So we're getting ready in just a moment. Now, as you mentioned, 8:30. So we're 29 minutes away now from Bible school kicking off. Y'all do a lot of other things just nonstop there for the community.
Yeah, there's something going on all the time, you know, and you know, whether it's hosting, West Lauderdale schools or football banquets or whatever else, we really want our building to be a community building. And so we do a lot, not just on site, but also at other places, you know. So yeah, we try to get out. We try to be a church without walls. So
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, well, that's where you've got to go is outside.
Coming up, we'll find out if you're interested in that. We'll tell you when you can go to church, come in for a visit. We'll get all of that information in just a moment. We'll be right back.
Tired of buying cars with no warranty? Are you worried about your car breaking down? Come see us at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, the only dealership in Meridian that gives you a 7-year unlimited mileage powertrain warranty on qualified new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Buy with confidence. We'll take care of you for 7 years, new and used, at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Mow, dig, haul, trench. The reliable Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor is highly capable. A mission makes for easy operation and versatile attachments that help you handle the job. The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows, call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
Yeah. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Odie. Of course, we got the preacher man in with us today. And I have to, whenever I run up on things in the community where people have done a fine, outstanding job, I have to tell them what a job they did. Odie, let's take a little trip. Let me just go off of North Hill Street.
Don't walk too far.
Well, we have to be careful. 52nd Court is where we're headed. If you're going toward Highway 39, let's take a left. Creative is not the word that I want to use here. It is going above and beyond for the community to warn them as we see the greatest sign of the weekend. Man, was that... Now, that's a hole. I don't care who you are.
Gets it done.
It does. As we get a closer... As you'll say, that's a pretty deep hole.
That's a pretty deep hole.
That will swallow some electric cars, some of the little bitty ones.
Yeah.
And I would expect this to get bigger there. And so they warning passerbyers as they come to the community. We don't have orange cones there yet. I mean, see that? It's not a sinkhole. I can't remember the guys. It could lead to one later. But pretty big hole there. And again, this is 52nd Court, right off of North Hill Street. Let's go back and take a look at that sign. I'm telling you, they have free-handed at that, how they wrote that.
Yeah.
So a big thank you for them for warning others that that's there. That can mess up your car. I don't care who you are. Your tire go off and break a rim. It could cause an accident, cause someone to run off into someone's home. So we hope this is fixed before long. 52nd Court, just off of North Hill Street, is where you'll find that. As often as we talk about things, I want to bring this up as I shared a message from the family. Tragedy in Meridian has happened several times this year. As we remember back, we lost the Harringtons, and then who were elderly people, and then now we lose a small child in our community. And I shared this from there, and they just wanted to thank everybody for the thoughts, prayers, all the visitations that they had from the community there, the McDevitt's. We cannot thank y'all enough for the love that has been shared for this family during their time of need, and it is a time of need. There's not ne'er one of us that ever want to be in the situation this family is in right now. Keep them in your thoughts. Again, most of us will go about our ways in a couple of weeks as family. This has left an impact for the remainder of their lives. Forever, this will haunt them. Keep them in your thoughts. Prayer. We need it for that family there. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Let's see. We have to say congratulations to some winners here. To the Union Stingers. They're the 2024 Grand Slam World Series champion winners there, Odie. Look at that.
Wow.
Let's zoom in on this.
Awesome?
And I think, they've already gotten their rings.
Yes, sir. Good-looking bunch of boys, man.
Yeah.
They're tickled to death.
I would be, too. Look at that and right down front. Look what I got. I got me a ring.
That trophy's 8 foot tall.
It is big.
Had to build a special cabinet to put that fella in.
No doubt.
Getting word that it's already 81 in Decatur, Mississippi this morning. Let me ask you something. Now, I know y'all are going to be having church services on Wednesday. What time do y'all do that?
Normally we have church at 6 o'clock on Wednesday night. Summertime, we kind of gear down, so it's mainly just our adults on Wednesday nights here in the summer. But as we get going into August rolling in, we've got children's ministry going, student ministry going, adult stuff going on. So, Wednesday night's a great time to come out for a family.
Now, y'all also are real big on Sunday school classes, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah. So Sunday school starts at 9 a.m. every Sunday, and there's a class for everybody. If you like to go as a couple, there's couples courses, classes, groups. Also, if you want to go separately, man, woman, we've got all of that, and then of course something for all the ages. And here's the thing, man, the folks that teach our children and students, they do an outstanding job. Like I come home and I hear my kids say something, I say, "Where'd you learn that?" And they say, "Well, I learned it in Sunday school." I was like, that's impressive, and encouraging. So
Sunday school, there's always a life lesson there. If your children are not involved in that, please do so. It really develops a young mind as to face challenges they will face later in life. And you may not see it at the time. It's just one of those, but man, it makes a difference. We appreciate that. And Sunday service starts at what time?
10:15. We got to get to the pig early. No.
It's an argument to get to that food.
No, 10:15 a.m. is when we start our worship gathering, and we usually go an hour 15 or so.
And then, of course, Sunday evening services.
6 o'clock, and we kind of do some different things. But right now, throughout the summer, we meet at 6 o'clock, and we're actually going through a series that Pastor Paul Sizemore, which you see on the Change Begins in You spot, a few times a week, is doing one on creation and our universe and how it points to God. So
like that, and that the change begins in you. Is that not a great
Oh, man.
segment? If y'all have not watched it, we post it every day, and it's aired live with us during the 6:30 show. I mean, y'all do great with that.
Well, we love doing it, and thank you for the opportunity to do it. It's for us, it's just a chance to walk through the Bible, because the Bible's so practical. Like, it's meant to be lived. And so we try to just take tidbits and nuggets of wisdom. My father-in-law used to call it a golden nugget.
Yeah.
And just get it out there for folks to kind of latch onto for the day.
As Terry said, she calls it an awesome devotion, and it is. And if y'all don't know about it, share that. It's on my page, so others will know the word of Jesus Christ. It is important that we keep that going, and that's one way you can do it, is by sharing that. We'll load it up here right after the show. Yep. About 8:15, it'll be up to where you can share that, and I hope you will do that. We'll be right back, as we're going to force the preacher man, believe this or not,
I'm going to turn it over and have the preacher say our good word.
Yeah,
there
that's
you go.
Up and coming. We'll be right back.
Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Just $41 a month for this new Brother embroidery machine. Buy it local and get instructions for life, service, financing, the lowest price guaranteed, and take it home today at the Sewing and Vacuum Center in Meridian and so select in Flowood and Hattiesburg.
As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve, also Hulk shirts. And America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Bethsaida Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing, or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Bethsaida Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. I got a call from my wife Friday afternoon, somewhere around, I think it was 3:30, 4 o'clock, and she said, do you ever, and she goes, I mean this, she said, do you ever read what you post? I said, sure. She goes, go back and look at what you just wrote. I promise y'all, I corrected it 3 times. 3 times I corrected it, and the last time I just didn't look. It was autocorrect that would not go away.
Oh.
And yes, it was Toad Construction, downtown Meridian. Here's the scene of the Toad Construction. Everybody had a great laugh out of this, and I appreciate that. But I'm telling you, I'd change it to road, and I'd hit save, and it'd say Toad every single time. It didn't get straightened out until a computer on a desktop was used to correct it. The iPhone just would not do that.
It wouldn't see road.
Toad. So my apologies there. Those things are going to happen on these big networks like that. So my apologies. It's one of the things that
and you can't afford to turn off spell check.
Oh, no. I got to have it. It's just one of those things. You just never know what's going to happen there. We send out condolences. We look around in Detroit is where we go. Wow. One of our fellow brothers of the that wears the badge lost his life over the weekend as he was trailing a stolen car in Detroit. They would shoot and kill the officer. We pass along condolences to his family. Oakland County Sheriff Brad Rockling lost his life in the line of duty. We remember him. Florida, and you brought this up to me before we went live this morning that you want to talk about riptide. You have to be careful as we don't all know what goes on. We're not stay at the beach because we go as much as we can, this area does, but we don't live on the beach. 3 fathers lost their life trying to save someone in Florida this weekend. 3 fathers. They done their best to get there, and they got trapped in rip current.
Yeah, and not only was it those 3, But there was a family of 8. Mama, daddy, and 6 teenage kids. I don't know what the youngest one's age was. Both mom and dad drowned.
So now orphaned.
Now you've got 6 orphaned teenagers. And I called down to my counterpart in Baldwin County a couple of years ago, and I'm going to put this class on again this year. It's coming. And I called down there and I said, look, I need some information. I need some pamphlets. I need some stuff to pass out. Is that something you can help me with? And he said, so you're in Meridian? I said, yeah. He said, why are you wanting to do something there? And I said, I got one question for you. And I said, and it's this. How many people from Baldwin County have died due to drowning in a rip current? He said, none. And I said, that's because you teach this in your schools to every kid that lives in Baldwin County and goes to school there. That's 0 deaths from people who live near this. We don't live near an ocean, and we have so many people, or before you get your panties in a wad, the Gulf. A lot of people get upset over that. But anyway, they travel down there and they get caught up and they drown with their family on the beach. And this hit me 2 years ago because I was down there with my grandkids, and this happened right beside us. And my grandkids got to watch as we pulled this man out and worked on him until the ambulance got there. And this is from 2002 to 2023. And I'm trying to get numbers for this year, but we're already up to 12. This year.
That's a lot.
Just in Alabama and the panhandle of Florida, 19 deaths because of flooding, 31 deaths because of a tropical storm, 46 deaths due to lightning, 78 deaths due to tornadoes, 213 drownings due to rip currents. Guys, this is a dangerous body of water.
Be careful. If you're especially on vacation, you're not used to all that, it will get you.
And it's terrible. That class is coming.
That's coming. We'll let you know when it is. I saw this, and I think people will really get behind this. Were you ever a waiter? Did you ever work in a restaurant?
Oh, yeah, for 3 days one time at Bob Evans.
did you make it? I have to, wait a minute before I go. How'd you get fired? Or did you
No, I quit. I said I'd rather go dig ditches than wait on tables. It was awful.
People are cranky. They want their food. And, well, tips. Let's talk about that a second.
Yeah.
I always tip good because, well, that's how they make their money. They make, a lot of people don't realize they make like $2 an hour, and then it's all off tips. Trump is trying to make it. Tips that are given wouldn't be taxed.
Amen.
Those folks work hard for this, and I'm not against that at all.
No, not at all.
So we'll see what becomes of it. I think you'll get some folks that go, yeah.
Well, they're only making $2.13, or it may have gone up. It's still less than $3 an hour.
That tip thing, yeah.
Yeah,
we got some birthdays we need to do, and the prize is right here. A report mug.
Yeah, Christian Monsoor's having a birthday. 51 today. Otis Goff, 72. He's probably out fishing.
I know
somewhere.
Otis.
Jim Myrick, 72. Uh-oh, the big 5-0.
Who is it?
You ready for this one?
Tell me.
Candace J. May.
Now, y'all heard who said that age, and Scotty Ray had nothing to do with it.
You were the one that told me to say it.
But I didn't say put the 50.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Kurt make up for it. Kurt's going to have to spend some money on this one. Casey Sellers, 24. Charles Grisham had a birthday Saturday, 53. Also yesterday, Neil and Melissa Grogan celebrated 28 years together. Irma Godwin is having a birthday today, and then her and her husband had an anniversary yesterday. Dwayne Pope celebrating 71 years. Kobe Smith had a birthday Saturday, 10 years old, and Henry Ray Dicemilio.
I'm going with that.
3.
Say it like you mean it.
Yeah, that's it. Dicemilio.
We'll just say Dr. D there has him a birthday.
There we go. So we've got those coming in there, and let me change these settings and get that set and get this done and hit that button and go back 1 and hit the go button. The go button. Oh, Irma Goodwin. Happy birthday and winner of the Scotty Ray Report Hyundai Meridian Coffee Cup.
All right, as we often have our end of the day, we throw in a Bible verse. We got the man here himself who's going to deliver our Bible verse today. What have you picked out for us?
You know, I heard somebody say this past weekend that preachers just don't talk about the book of Revelation enough, and so obviously it's a message that's urgent. Here's what it says. So I'm pulling from Revelation 22, verse 12 today. Here's what it says. This is the words of Jesus. Okay, he says, "Behold, I'm coming soon. My reward is with me, and I will give to everyone according to what he has done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end." Ooh. So he's coming. Y'all get ready.
Ooh, yes, he is.
Pretty strong words there. And again, a lot of times as a young man, you don't realize just how short this ride is. And the older you get, you realize that it has been fast, and your expiration, your stamp, so to speak, is coming up. Mine is coming, and if you're watching me now, believe it or not, yours is going to happen too. Whether you're young, you're old, whatever age group you're in, it's going to happen. Get right with the man above before the end of the line.
Yeah, because you don't know. You may not have time to say, "Lord, forgive me."
Because this is short.
That's right.
That is eternity.
Be prepared. I have lived longer than I have left.
There's what do they say? There's less in the ahead of you and more behind you in the rearview mirror, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
I didn't say it exactly right, but y'all get my drift on that.
Sure.
Get saved there. How many during your course of being a preacher, man? And I'm putting you on the spot here. How many souls do you think you've had come before you that you've helped lead to Christ? How many would you guess there?
Oh, I would guess probably 500 or 600.
That's a lot.
You know, as far as actually gotten to lead to Christ and whatnot over 20-some years.
A long time ago, I brought this up. Y'all think about how many people Billy Graham led to that. That man was important.
Oh, sure.
And I mean that in the eyes of God, of he had the gift to lead people. You've got the gift.
Well, thank you.
It's all about, in people, it's a talent to be a preacher. Not everyone can be that in their calling. There's a lot of folks that think they are.
Right.
But it is truly a talent to where you get your congregation involved in what you're talking about. Anybody can stand there and just talk.
Right.
But that interaction and feeling good when you get up and not... I didn't see any Methodists visiting when I met your church, because they hold up a sign, chicken, the back road. They're going, 12:01, it's chicken time.
Yeah. Hey, preacher, you got to wrap this up.
I grew up Methodist, and I can still remember the watches there.
Oh, sure.
12:05, he hadn't hushed, everybody's doing this, and that was his cue.
And alarms going off. But to be a preacher, you can't just be feel good.
Oh no, you got to tell the truth.
On
That's
some
right.
Toes.
Yeah.
But that was what wakes us up.
And you've had to do that, I'm sure, yourself there many times.
Yeah. And the old preacher saying goes, I wasn't aiming for your toes, I was aiming for your heart.
Yeah, that's a good saying. That's good.
Well, you're not the one doing it.
No.
All you're doing is passing along what God wants us to do.
That's right. When you're preaching the Bible, it's like, hey, look, God said it. I'm just telling you what, I'm just delivering the mail here, Don't get mad at your mail carrier.
Ben, we can't thank you enough for coming in. I always enjoy when Ben comes in. He's such a... If y'all have not got to meet him yet, do so. And you can do that at Collinsville First Baptist Church.
Right.
Again, the hours of operation that y'all going to be there spreading some word of God.
Well, we're there at 10:15 on every Sunday morning, but this week with Vacation Bible School from 8:30 to 11:30 every day this week, and Friday night we've got the big family event where people come back for a big family blowout. So
awesome!
Come visit with them. Odie, how long before we come back?
And we'll be back in about 22 and 35 minutes.
That boy can add.
Man,
with no
I tell
toes.
you what, and that's a Tuesday, so y'all come back and start with us. 6:30 we'll start the very first show, and then we'll be back with the Scotty Ray and Odie at 7 a.m.
Thank y'all so much. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Thanks, Ben.
All right.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.